Does size matter when it comes to what you read? What I mean by that is to enjoy a romance book with a plus size female main character. Do you have to also be a plus size real life human being? Does that matter? Is that book for you if you are not a plus size human being? Do you have to be plus size to write plus size characters? Let's talk about it. One of my pet peeves as a reader is whenever an author describes the FMC as being tiny, small, itty bitty. Because I just picture they're like this, and that's not human size, that is an ant. So that bothers me, because first of all, no one is tiny. Everyone has a size, everyone has proportions. They are all humans. Anyway, so I prefer, if I can, to read books with female characters who are described as more realistic, having some meat on their bones, if you will. And as someone who is not tiny or a size 2, 4, 6, etc., it's just nice to see that kind of representation in romance books, especially when a lot of media makes you feel less than because you are a bigger person in the world. It's always the bigger best friend getting the makeover, isn't it? Yeah. Or having to lose a lot of weight to get the guy's interest. He's not worth it, girl. Go enjoy your cookies. You're fine. So, as someone, like I said, who's not a teeny tiny thing, I have made sure to include plus size female characters in my books. My first book, Wuthering Hearts, Isabella. She's beautiful. She's plus size. We love her. Unfortunately, she suffers from a bit of low self-esteem because society has been telling her that being bigger is not best. Her mom has always put her down for her weight, saying, "What a pretty face on such an ugly body." Yeah, that's not based on my life at all. And so she struggles with that, and she finds a guy who is okay with her size, which she's never had happen before. So there's that, which my editor told me that my depiction of a plus size female character was not realistic. To which I said, and now I ignore all of your feedback. My second book, Frankenstein's Bride, Grace is plus size, but it's not the main focus of the book, unlike Wuthering Hearts. She just happens to be a bigger girl. She's tall, she's big, she's beautiful, she is not ashamed of that. It's mentioned briefly in the book, but it's not like her whole character arc like Isabella is. So there are books like that where the plus size female main character is not feeling so confident in herself, and then there are books where she is feeling very confident in herself. I like both of them. Okay, kind of have an example that I read this year, Camera Shy. I love this book, highly, highly, highly recommend. Where Avery is a plus size woman who is not feeling so great in her skin after she gets dumped by the guy she thought she was going to marry. And so she kind of has to come to terms with who she is and what she wants in life with love. And Finn helps with that. So kind of a combination of lower self-esteem, but by the end feeling confident. So that's kind of her character arc, if you will. Then we have books like Amy Award's Cocky Kingman series, which are so cute. I love these. And the women are always like confident and beautiful and just like proud to be who they are. And I love that about them. They are unapologetically beautiful, unapologetically brave, confident, bold. They just happen to be plus size. So what? It makes them better. Just kidding. So, next I have Behold Her by Emily Antoinette. This one was really good as well. Kind of like Camera Shy, where it was not so confident at first, but then becomes more confident in her body through what she does. She joins like this, I think it's not a belly dancing class, something like that, and becomes more confident in who she is as a plus size woman. We love that for her. Then we have characters like Psyche in Electric Idol by Katie Robert, where she is an influencer, but she's also plus size. And she has no qualms about it. She is who she is. She is what she is. Beautiful, sexy, bold. We love that for her. And then we cannot forget the women of the Alliance series. So far, I believe they're all curvy women. I have not read the last two yet, but I will. And they are bigger women. When King is going after his girl, Savannah, he catches her and says, "Ooh, heavy." And she is immediately offended. But then he says, "I like 'em heavy." Yeah, we do. Yeah, we like King. And then on a dark romance spectrum, we have Come Out by Alexia Onyx, where the FMC is plus size girl. And she doesn't really have low self-esteem about it. She has a lot of mental health issues going on. But she is a bigger girl, and we love to see that representation in all forms and fashions. So, what am I saying? What is the point of this video? Why am I yapping? I am yapping because plus size representation, all representation of all types and forms is important. Someone out there needs to see that in a book to feel loved and accepted in the world. We see so much of the same type of person in media. Thin, tall, blonde, skinny, muscly guys. There's so much more than that in the world. So I think it's good to round out, pun intended, your reading with characters who don't look like you. So yeah, if you're not plus size, read the plus size book. Okay, go for it. Expand your horizons. I read books that have characters that are not plus size in them, and that's fine. I'm not plus size, technically. I write characters who are. Is that allowed? Sometimes I wonder if authors who write plus size characters are plus size themselves, and that does influence how I feel about what they're writing, because I feel like if you haven't lived that experience, then maybe you don't know how to write about it, but maybe you do. Some people have really good imaginations or know people who've lived in that situation and can imagine what it's like to live that life. Basically, as long as you're not a teeny tiny person writing a book with a plus size FMC where the FMC is very unrealistic and she just sits around all day eating cookies and going, "Oh, woe is me. Life is terrible. No one loves me. I'm just a fat slob. Blah, 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 blah. I should lose some weight." Loses weight, finds guy. No. It should be realistic, accurate, all of that. We need diverse representation, not just in terms of race, but also in terms of size, gender, sexuality, all of these things. All of these things are very valid and are welcome in the romance genre and all genres, honestly. So, let me know your thoughts below. Do you like plus size characters? Would you like to read more plus size characters? Do you not care about a character size? Let me know. Happy reading.